Trust me, gay is in, gay is hot. I want some gay, gay it's going to be.
And I guess it's going to be me. So after, hello, everyone. We'll say our hellos and we'll get to each and every point. The reason I wanted to ask this is because when Lara and I were talking, it was literally about a lot of the holidays that we got with our parents. And sometimes like a holiday with your parents meant that, you know, you may have gotten to have dinner with them in the mess hall, and then you go back to where you were, whoever was watching you. Sometimes that just meant that you got to see them at night if you lived with your parents. Sometimes you didn't get to see them until the weekend. And that's, again, if they were in good conditions. But I was starting to think, you know, that before I got out, now, again, I got out in the late 89, early 91. Or I'm sorry, late 89, early 90, sorry. And in the process of that, I was literally trying to come to terms with a lot of the things that were no longer supposed to be, you know, my foundation of what we were. So all of a sudden we were celebrating Easter because I didn't remember celebrating Easter except with my grandmother. I was sent up to stay with my grandmother for a short period, and she wanted me to get dressed up and go sit on some bunny's lap, and I didn't quite understand what that meant. So that was like super creepy, and sat on an old man's with a beard's lap, and again, that was kind of creepy too, because as far as I knew, I didn't really understand. I didn't quite understand like dressing up as Santa, and it didn't mathematically make sense after I was 6 for there to be a Santa when my mom's handwriting matched Santa's handwriting. So I didn't understand the meaning behind Christmas. Like, you know, a lot of religions have like a meaning behind Christmas, a rebirth, you know, or born. And it's like, I never quite I couldn't quite understand that. Thanksgiving, totally didn't even know about, you know, didn't find out about the Pilgrims until 4th grade. That was when I was taken out of Scientology school and put into actual public school with regular people. Did I say I failed my first year? Technically, I really failed, but my mom got me expelled for punching a teacher. But I did find out about like pilgrims, and everything was wonderful, and they sat down and broke bread. And then when I was in college, they didn't really sit down and break bread. Here, read this history book. It was really a slaughter. And I'm like, well, no, that's just not really understandable then. But at the same time, it didn't always click to me. When my family, once we were out, had holidays, so Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, any of those, and we got together for a meal, there was only one thing you knew. Uncle Don was going to come in drunk. He was going to try to start a fight with my mom. He was going to sit there and he would sit there and poke at her until my mom would get so angry that that evil person that I knew would come out, and it'd just be like, you know, and it was like she hulked out to that person that I used to know very well. And so then it was like, oh, well, yay for me this holiday. And, you know, I didn't quite understand gatherings. And so now it's like I'm understanding the shit I learned in Scientology was fake. This schooling or teaching that they were trying to do was fake. If it wasn't for going into the outside world, I wouldn't know how to be, because some people didn't get the opportunity to at least be a little bit. But then I still followed all of their rules, and then I joined, you know, because that's what a good Scientologist is supposed to do. Hold on, let me grab that question real quick. Question, what did it feel like after COS to get your first real gift from what I understand, there wasn't very much received in presents. No, there was nothing received in presents, or you would get like, you would get like I'd get like a t-shirt. My mom would get me a t-shirt, or my mom would get me new undies, or my grandma would send undies, and my mom would give me like a shirt or two. Sometimes my mom squeezed in a Barbie, but I did ask for G.I. Joes, and she never responded. I wanted to be a G.I. Joe. Just saying. For some weird reason, I didn't know why I didn't realize I was gay. So let's say hello to some people. I see Sophia. Blake, I hear you're going to be on Cultology tomorrow. Are you excited? Are you excited? I know everybody's going to be excited to finally get that face-to-face with Mr. Blake. Holiday means seeing my family's faces, smelling cinnamon around the house, having long conversations in front of a pellet stove, or driving and looking at lights, fireworks, and preferably in Oklahoma. Aw, I like that. But most importantly, it's about making and being around family and loving them. Your job, however, wait a minute, hold on. Most importantly, it's about being around your family and loving them, your job, for however long the holiday vacation lasts. And to the wind of everything else. Nice. That's actually really cute. I like you, lyricist. You know the chat rules by now. No hate speech. Blah blah blah. Don't be a dick. It's simple. At this point, very little. Jen, what is going on? Yep. Don't forget to roll the like button and smoke the subscribe, because I forget to say that all the time. Let's see. I'll be honest. Holiday to me are just another day. I hate how everything is so commercialized. I'm at the age where I'd rather spend time with people I love and not be expected to spend money to show love. I understand that. I do understand that. These holidays have been since being with Carrie. Did I spoil her our first Christmas? I absolutely did. I did. I went crazy. I went like, she needs this. She needs this. She needs this. She needs this. It was our first Christmas. Like, I didn't know what to expect. Also, for our first Christmas, like, who asked for a vacuum? Like, that should have told me right then and there. That's wifey material. She wants a vacuum. She's thinking practical. But then at the same time, it was kind of like, is she friend zoning me? You're friend zoning me. You're giving me something practical and not, what have I talked about all year? Yeah. But this year was primarily about just making it about the kids, getting little things for each other, but basically doing whatever we could for the kids. So does it suck sometimes when we sit there and, go overboard as parents? Yeah, but I had a really shitty Christmases. And then when I started getting with people, they were more into the monetary stuff, like more into getting the best gifts or the newest cell phones. I never understood that. It was hard for me. I also, my family cut me off completely when, I came out as gay once really out. So they said adios. So that's why we don't talk. That's why my family and I don't talk. Because turns out I lost both sides to coming out. So holidays haven't meant a lot since Carrie. But here's what they do mean now. They mean family. And I can finally say that. And for me, that's a huge thing. I jumped in backstage with some of our friends and I asked, one of our friends, hey, what do you normally do for Thanksgiving? Oh, nothing. Cause I'm going to talk to a buddy of mine. I want to try to get him to come up here so we have a true Thanksgiving. And And that's something that I know a lot of people haven't got to experience. And these are all little things that we can experience. Now you get a happy Pearls Day. Pearls Day every day. Yay! What is it that you're drinking, young lady? I'm just asking for educational purposes only. Indigo Twin. I always appreciate gifts and spending time with people. I love seeing my sister's kids enjoy them. Yeah, absolutely. Michelle, just getting here. Hey, whatever time you get here is the time you're meant to be here. That's just how it works, guys. I'm deconstructing from being in a cult, not knowing it for 10 years. At 35 years before that, I had some good holiday memories, but family is not near us anymore. Hey, I definitely understand that. For me, it was, I thought everyone in the Sea Org was just our friends. They were all friends. We were all our friends because we didn't really know anybody outside. Like, was I a bad kid? I don't think so. But did I get in trouble for always sneaking into the RPF area so that I could, have lunch with who was supposed to be my stepdad? Yeah, I did. The inappropriate heifer. I guess the rest of us may take the holidays for granted. I'm sorry for that. This helps us refocus a bit. Thank you. Well, I hope so, because it helps me understand things. I never understood large gatherings of family, because when I tell you guys, when that cell phone plan came out that offered you 5 people, it was so shitty to feel like I had two. I didn't have people I could lean on, people that I trusted with growing up in Scientology, people that I trusted with a lot of the pain. And because of all of you, I'm getting to learn little bits and pieces about myself, and I'm getting to accept the things I cannot change, but really having the courage and wisdom to know the difference, if that makes sense. Anybody that knows that serenade, it means so many things to so many different people, but it also means a great deal to someone that didn't quite understand the difference between the outside and the inside. Now realizing the reason I didn't understand is because we were brought up to not understand, to not feel, if they could have had us, they got us all as Sea Org members. Not very many people escaped without becoming a Sea Org member. And that's sad, because if we'd only known some of the laws that were available to us as children, if we'd only known, hey, if this is happening, this is why you dial the police, not report it to some security guard, not report it to another Sea Org member, not sit there and knowledge report someone, but actually do something. If we had known that we could do something back then, I wish I could, could have called for so many people. Even just in my circle of friends group that was happening, whether it be being assaulted, whether it be being abused, trigger warning. If you need to step away, please step away. I know it'll flash there, but we'll just say this. A lot of the people that were being hurt, Serge Obolinski, his parents hurt him on a daily basis. He would go cry. There was a gap that we had in between where CMO used to be. There was this, now it's a pretty garden area, but it used to be just dead, empty space. And the kids would go play there. And a lot of times, we could just talk about whatever we wanted to do. Well, his mom didn't want him, because his mom felt for some reason that only Sasha was the golden child. And Yuri and Serge basically got the short end of the stick. Ivan basically chose to ignore all of the children, just doing enough to say, oh yeah, he learned to play the flute. Oh, he's a beautiful artist. He's my other son, you know, and it would be like, then Sasha's getting shit on by his real, and it turned into this big ugly thing, and it didn't need to be. And if I could say, call the police, you shouldn't be treated like this by your parents. Like, you shouldn't wonder where your next meal is. You shouldn't wonder where your next hug is. You shouldn't wonder, are you going to get hit tonight? You shouldn't wonder any of those things. It shouldn't be in a child's vocabulary. It should be, am I going to be holding the cans? Did I mess up? Did I do something? Liz, past me would come to get you. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You would have been very young. But I love you for that. Comment. I try to give people good memories, surroundings. It's whatever way you are most comfortable. Yeah. Trauma does happen. And that's what I'm learning is it's better to understand the trauma. So that way, when you are without the trauma, you can move forward. And this is what I was talking about with my psychiatrist. And it was literally, I'm having a hard time grasping the concept of really, you know, am I just celebrating the holiday because I know what the holiday means? Or am I celebrating the holiday just because it's a day to not worry about anything? And so it's just had me realizing and really looking up. My mom used to say the Valentine's Day was the, you know, Hallmark holiday. And just like, yeah, Valentine's Day was a Hallmark holiday. And, you know, a few others were just here's your day. Here's your day. You got a day, you know. So I never really took time to understand them. And then I had a friend in the military. And then I had this guy was supposed to be my brother. He said our DNA matched because I was on Ancestry. Turns out to be a long story. I mean, basically in a particular way, someone left the Sea Org that was pregnant with my brother. And we don't really know if he's my brother, being completely honest. I never got viable proof. I just got told. But he made me understand the military. So that way I wasn't like, well, it's not like it is in the Sea Org. Like, that's true discipline. You know what I dealt with? And then, oh yeah, well, we get dealt with by being shot. And I'm like, oh. Yeah, I guess what I went through wasn't near as bad as that. No. You know, so it's given me understandings for Military Day. It's given me grace to be able to understand something. And Olivia Joes, my mom took in gay men who were forsaken by their families. They were my brothers, so I'm lucky. I love that. I tried to hold off as long as possible to tell my mom. But then I was going through, you know, we'll just do this, guys. We're going to tell our story. So I had told my mom before, but my mom had always just held on to, it's just faith. This fucking shit's just a phase. You know, just like having my hair red or having my hair black. It was just a phase. And so I was getting a divorce from my first wife, and I didn't have anywhere to go. It was like the way that she let me know that she was sleeping with someone else. It was basically I couldn't be in the same house because she was moving said person in, and didn't know that I had rights because I was on the lease, and I didn't know any of that. So I was just kind of like, okay, like I'll leave, even though I just paid the rent for this month, and I had nothing in savings because, you know, I'm really stupid. And once I get my savings built up, the first thing I wanted to do was, you know, help out and pay for this bill and pay for this and get this caught up. And yeah, I'm that kind of dumb person. So then, in the process of that, I move in with my mom and I'm like, look, I'm obviously getting a divorce. It's not because it's a phase. It's because she couldn't keep her mouth off of someone else's vagina. Sorry if I get tagged. I don't, let's be real. We're just going to be honest today. And so I moved in with my mom and I was like, look, here's the deal. I'm gay. I'm lick a lot of puss. I am such a homo that I don't see men walking around. You're never going to hear, oh, that man's so sexy. I want to have his babies. Wait a minute. That's a lie. I did say that only because the dimples are gorgeous. Dan's dimples are gorgeous. If I was to do the baby thing, I would totally do the dimple thing or get the cup from the dimple. There we go. Get the cup from the dimple. But that's just me. But at the same time, did the homo talk, and then she cried for like 4 days, didn't talk to me for like a week. And then she finally started talking to me. So she was still, she was going against her LRH long before, because even the fact that we were still under the same roof made her very PTS if it was, me, the gay, suppressive. Oh, and by the way, I know Pearl's still in the chat still. The suppressive pawn shit. In case people are throwing shit at you, I'm just saying you have the pawn shit in the box. It's right underneath, or it's under the jackets. I don't know. It's in case you need people. I'm just telling you, you never know when you need to have a pawn shit. Just saying. Vicky, dimples are a dominant trait, right? But I only got one, so I'm just saying the ratio odds. At least we'll get a 1.5, maybe big dimples. Just saying. Is it raining here? When it rains in California, you need your pawn shit. I'm just saying. I would love my pawn shit. We have Kathy. I try not to give any special meaning to specific days, rather family getting together and enjoying each other. I love that. And I think that's why I want to do them. Like I've wanted to be able to offer people, like a friend's giving, but family giving, and like it really means something, or not even like Christmas dinner, have like a full house for Christmas dinner. I'm sure Carrie's going to kill me right now because she's probably like, how many people are going to be in the house? Like you can help cook, but you're doing all the cleaning, or she's probably thinking of how she can set up the dining room table. Let's be real, guys. Let's see. Rain. Yay, I caught alive. I love you. No, I love you. Thank you so very much for coming. Yeah, I'm not against anybody saying that they're a lesbian. I kind of think of a lot of lesbian words as like Voldemort, because Harry Potter really helped me understand being in the outside world. Not me being a Harry Potter fan as an adult, realizing, oh my God, that's kind of, where's my magic powers, damn it? I had half the life except the cupboard. No, I love you. Sophia, we can always redefine holidays for our chosen circle. Yeah. Because it definitely, it triggered me realizing I've never had a Father's Day. I'm 44. I've never had a Father's Day. I remember, other kids having Father's Day. But I didn't get much Mother's Day as a kid. And then when I did, I always made it a point to make something, like make her a card and be so mushy in it and be like, and I promise I'll be better, would always be how I would close it. Because no matter what I did, like, I promise I'm going to be better. Like, I'm going to work on it. And every year I would do that. And every year it would still happen. But it was, so I'm just curious what other people think, and Blake's understanding is the kind of understanding I want to have for the holidays. It's like a warm hug. A lot of times I picked up drugs because I didn't quite fit in. I didn't feel like I fit anywhere. And then when I found out that I grew up in a cult, I didn't feel like I fit in on the earth, and now I fit in and I have friends and I have people that I call my family. And when the day comes that I get my dad, I know certain people will be at my house, because they're my family. And I want them to meet my dad and help me keep my mom from killing my dad. Sounds about right. I know I wasn't in the chat very much, you guys, and I do apologize. But does anybody have questions? Or did that make sense? Can I get a thumbs up from either of the mods? So it made sense or didn't make sense? I probably should have asked for a 1 or a 2, huh? All right. Yes, if you want to see other creators in the SPTV sphere, please click here. Lori, good to see you. I hope that it makes sense. I hope that. Okay, good. Because for me, it's what I've always craved, and it's. Oh, will you and Carrie adopt me? Always, Pearl. Where do you want me to sign? I'm just saying. I wouldn't mind saying my daughter, Dr. Perlman. I'm just saying. Regarding Christmas, I can definitely understand the bad memories. Oh, hell no. Hold on. Kathy Mitchell, adopt Pearl and I'll be your Nana. There we go. I don't know. My Nana had a lot to live up to. I got her picture right back there. My Nana has a lot to live up to. But I will definitely, if you're anything like my Nana was, I'll do a hug and a, Golden Girls marathon. But I'm hoping that I get more understanding. And I will honestly say with therapy, I'm beginning to see a lot more empty spaces that I had where really I didn't understand things, but I kept it going by just nodding. Like, yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. But then at the same time, I can read a book. I'm book smart. You want to know about biology? You want to hear about calculus? You want to hear about history? Yeah, because I did do history in college. But for me, it was, people wondered why I would be so shocked. But to be completely honest, I was learning it for the first time. Just saying. And some of history is a little unreal. Okay. Just saying some of it. But then you're like, yeah, look at what you grew up in. And you're going to say we're unreal. Yeah, there are many that need parents, but we also can't forget about those that never had them. Which Golden Girl am I? I'm a little bit of everything, all rolled into one. No, I'm just kidding. There's times that I'm totally ditzy, and we know that. But then there's times that I'm a little bit of a nerd, Dorothy. There's times that I'm a little bit of a smartass, Sophia. And I was on the hoe train, so I'm a little Blanche. If that makes sense. I'm a little bit of everything, rolled all into one. Stranger Than Fiction, yep. But you know, I like a little Sophia. I like a little Sophia. You got to be a little quick on that wit. Be like, you're a virgin and I'm Princess Leia. You know, but either which way, I do want to say thank you all for listening. Thank you for asking questions. I do have therapy, so I am going to skedoodle. But hopefully, you know, again, with all of us chit-chatting, all of us talking, all of us coming to realizations, we're going to be the best image that we ever wanted to be. And we're going to be the people that we always needed. And each one of you will be the people that we always wanted. So thank you so very much. I will talk to you all in a hop, skip, and a fart, probably. Yeah. So now you